Hi, and welcome back to Echoes from the Satellite. I'm your host, Karen. Hope everyone's doing well and not going too crazy as we build up to the holiday season here. I know I had said that I would be talking about this book, 1984, but with all the stuff going on with the holidays, I've been a lot busier than I thought I would be. And I'm only about 3/4 of the way through 1984. So rather than give you some sort of weird, truncated, and unfinished review, I decided to do something else, which is talk about a little book haul that I made yesterday. There was a book festival nearby in the town of Mesa, Arizona. And I went over to the book festival and they had some lovely Christmas decorations out. They had a big Christmas tree that was decorated. It was very nice, very festive. And I did pick up a copy of A Christmas Carol, which I thought was kind of important. Had it on the Kindle, but I never look at the Kindle anymore because all I have to look at it is my phone. I don't really like reading off the phone. And it was nice enough, but unfortunately, not really what I was looking for. I was hoping there'd be a lot of used books for sale, but it was primarily some smaller booksellers that were selling a lot of children's books, and then a few booksellers selling. There was some self-help stuff, not really my thing, and some like self-published stuff. Nothing against self-published stuff, but I'm in it for the vintage SF. So kind of walked away from that feeling like, this wasn't really what I was hoping for. But on the way back to my car, I found a bookstore that I didn't know about. And these folks deserve a little publicity. This is the Book Gallery in Mesa. Uh, Run by Mike Riley, but I spoke to another gentleman who I think's name was Rusty. If I got that wrong, I apologize. They have a splendid science fiction section upstairs. So if you're in the Phoenix area, you want to go there and go upstairs. Although I probably shouldn't tell you that because then I won't be able to get more science fiction books. Other people will be buying, but let's spread the love this Christmas season and Hanukkah season and every other holiday season. I picked up 5 books that I'm really excited to have, and I will share them with you. I really could have picked up a lot more, but you got to save some money for Christmas gifts this time of year. So, anyway, let me show you the stuff I got. The first one here, this wins the award for the most amazing cover. This is Entry to Elsewhen by John Brunner. This is a DAW. So we got the lovely DAW design. And I don't know, you know what? This might be my first DAW. I have to look through my books and see, but this is a DAW book. And this cover is by Jack Gaughan. I'm never sure exactly how to pronounce that last name, but he was a fairly prolific cover artist back in the day. This is from 1972. And this book, which I feel like that's a very Jack Kirby-esque design on this cover. This book has 3 novellas by John Brunner, who I will admit is a writer that I don't think I have read anything by John Brunner, but many of you out there in BookTube have sung his praises. So I'm looking forward to reading this. Those 3 novellas are all from the 1950s, so should be very interesting stuff. So this is Entry to Elsewhen. Now, the next book is an Andre Norton book, which I thought I had. I was mistaken. I think I said I had this on my Andre Norton episode. What I was thinking of is Storm Over Warlock. This book is Three Against the Witchworld, and this is Ace edition from 1965. And I tried to find the cover artist for this, poking around a little bit on the web. One site said that it was Jack Gaughan, but I think that they're actually talking about another cover, which I'll put up here in a second. I think it was this cover, which is actually the Jack Gaughan art for Three Against the Witchworld. So not sure who did the other cover art. If somebody knows, please put it in the comments. Now, this third book I think is really neat. This is Flashing Swords, number 4. So this is an anthology series that's edited by Lynn Carter. And this particular edition is Barbarians and Black Magicians. And so the cover art and some interior art are by Rick Bryant. And so you see here, um, I believe that is probably Elric, and it does indeed have a Michael Moorcock story. So there are stories by Lynn Carter, Jack Vance, Paul Anderson, John Jakes, Catherine Kurtz, and Michael Moorcock. And so some of these stories are sort of taken from larger works. So, like, I know the Jack Vance story is taken from Kujal Saga from the Dying Earth stories. And then the Moorcock story, which is, I have to read this, The Land Beyond the World, was also originally published in The Sailor on the Seas of Fate. But it's some good stuff. And let me open up. I didn't show you the back. I'll show you all the back because I know everybody's a completist and wants to know what everything looks like. Um, there are some interior illustrations. I think there's one illustration per story. So in the front, we get this. Now, I'm not going to say, I don't think this is like earth-shattering artwork in here. But the fact that there's any artwork is kind of interesting because you don't necessarily see a lot of artwork in books. So you can kind of see the style. But yeah, kind of an interesting collection of authors in this. So again, it will be a fun read. Now, the next one I'm going to talk about, this one captured my eye, and I almost bought it more for a laugh. It may be a perfectly good read. It may be a lot of fun to read, but this caught my eye. The Space Vampires by Colin Wilson. This is a Random House Pocketbooks from 1977. Now, you may already realize why I picked this one up. This is the basis. This story is the basis for the 1985 film Life Force. If you have never seen Life Force, you need to see Life Force. It's hard to describe. It's definitely not safe for work. The whole premise is about alien space vampires who come to Earth, and they don't drink blood. They steal people's life force, but they steal it through intimate relations. So anyway, this was a real hoot to see in the store. So I picked that up, and I thought that might be worth a read, or just the fact of having it just seemed amusing. And finally, the last book that I picked up is Paul Anderson's The High Crusade. And I've read a few things by him. I don't think I've read The High Crusade. I know it's one of his more popular books, and this one is a Berkeley edition from 1983. I don't think we really have much on the back. No. I was trying to find out who the artist was for this. I didn't see much online. There is a very tiny signature down here. I don't think this is going to help. When I looked it up under a magnifying glass, it looked like it said Tom GDD. I don't know if there's a Tom Gad. Didn't have a lot of time to do research on this one since I just got it. So if any of you out there know who the cover artist is or who that signature might belong to, please inform me. I'd love to know. And yeah, the story on this. Essentially, some aliens show up in the Middle Ages, planning to colonize Earth, and the Earth people kind of turn the tables on them and take over their spaceship. And so this might be another one that's kind of a fun read. So yeah, so there's some more books that I picked up, and I look around, and I probably, like many of you, I have so many piles of books to be read. It's a little bit insane, but hey, we have to have our enjoyments in life, right? So anyway, that's my little haul. Again, my shout out to the book gallery in Mesa. What a beautiful selection of vintage books that they have. And with that, I'll be wrapping things up. Like I said, I will be getting back or finishing very shortly 1984 by George Orwell. It's absolutely fabulous. I'm enjoying reading it. Well, enjoyment is not quite the word because it strikes a little bit too close to the bone right now, the way things are in the real world. But anyway, we'll get to that review very soon. So I hope all of you are doing well. I want to wish you all happy holidays and see you back here shortly. Thanks a lot.